Wrestlers are often described as real-life superheroes, so having them in superhero movies makes sense. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been dominating the film industry, but there's only been one WWE wrestler who's appeared in it. However, a number of other WWE stars have been considered for roles in the MCU. Let's go through them and see what characters they'd be playing. This first one is such a perfect matchup that it has to happen sooner or later. John Cena shared a picture of Captain America's shield on Instagram in November 2018. There is no description to go along with it, leading everyone to guess and theorize. Were those claw marks a hint? Nobody knew. A month later, while on the Ellen DeGeneres show, Cena was asked about it. He didn't say a whole lot, other than he'd be willing to play the role of Captain America. Things went quiet for a while, but the story picked back up in June of 2019. Information was leaked about the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV series that suggested Mr. Hustle, Loyalty, and Respect would become the new Captain America. Specifically, it was thought that Cena would play the role of a character named John Walker. In the comics, Walker becomes Captain America when Steve Rogers was forced to quit. After the death of his parents, Walker goes a bit insane and becomes overly aggressive and murders people. Because of this, the Captain America identity is taken away from him, and he becomes the US agent. John Cena definitely has the look and build for Captain America. Plus, he's one of those American wrestlers ever, so him donning the shield is a match made in heaven. Unfortunately, no official announcement has been made about him appearing in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, but Cena's acting career is still young, so there's hope. Another fitting casting choice would be Ronda Rousey as She-Hulk. When it was announced that the Incredible Hulk's cousin was getting her own series on Disney+, Ronda Rousey immediately came up as the one to play the green superhero. The rumors refused to die down, with some even claiming that it had already been confirmed. According to reports, the series is going to start filming this summer, so someone's got to be locked into the role of She-Hulk soon. Fans have put together some really cool artwork showing the former Raw Women's Champion as the heroine. It's also worth mentioning that before her WWE days, Rousey expressed interest in playing the role of Captain Marvel. That of course went to Brie Larson, but who knows? Ronda Rousey has more acting experience under her belt, so perhaps now's the time for the baddest woman on the planet to join the MCU. I'm beginning to sound like a broken record, but once I tell you, you'll agree, this would have been an ideal casting choice. Before the MCU had even begun, Marvel was interested in having Triple H play the role of Thor. I can definitely see it. The game has the body, and the beard, and hair of the God of Thunder. Not to mention, he has plenty of experience wielding hammers. And some shovels too, if you know what I mean. Apparently, he was pretty high on the list of candidates, which does make sense. Besides having the look, Triple H had already appeared in another Marvel film, Blade Trinity. In fact, he was so good, they actually wrote additional lines so he'd have a larger role. As we know, Chris Hemsworth ended up becoming the God of Thunder, and perhaps it was for the best. Thor has already appeared in 7 MCU films, 8 if you count the mid-credits scene in Doctor Strange, so I wonder if that would have allowed Triple H to become involved with NXT. If he had gotten the role, he could have followed in The Rock's footsteps and taken his career to Hollywood. Imagine how different WWE would look today if Triple H had become a part-timer or even completely left the company. Here's a more random entry. A few weeks after his famous trip at the Greatest Royal Rumble, Titus ONeil made another headline move. On his Twitter account, the former primetime player posted that he was excited to be slimming down to a, quote, leaner 41-year-old, 270-pound Marvel character, and ended by saying, quote, Dave Bautista, I'll see you soon. This is back in May of 2018, and nothing's come of it. Some ideas of what films he could appear in included Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame, and Black Panther 2. The first two are of course not correct, but the Black Panther sequel isn't set to release till 2022, so it's a possibility. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is another candidate, especially because of O'Neill's direct mention of Bautista. It's still up in the air, but the fact that this announcement is getting close to 2 years old and nothing new has happened doesn't paint a bright future. Hopefully everything is on track and Titus will slide right into the MCU. With the Marvel Cinematic Universe being well over a decade old, it's kind of surprising The Rock hasn't made a single appearance in it. Well, that could change. Shortly after the release of Avengers Endgame, the People's Champ took to Instagram to congratulate the cast and crew. He also mentioned he was looking forward to meeting with Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige. While that little comment is pretty open-ended, that didn't stop speculation that the Great One was going to be showing up in the MCU. One of the possible roles The Rock could play is the anti-hero, Namor the Submariner. That'd be cool to see, but the one big hurdle is that The Rock is already going to be playing the DC villain Black Adam. Even with that obstacle, I imagine Marvel would still love to have The Rock appear in one of their films somewhere down the line. Which WWE wrestler would you want to see in the MCU? Let me know in the comments. After that, check out the video on the right, which looks at the times WWE stars did actually appear in Marvel movies. With that, I'm Zach from Tap Out Corner, and take it easy.